This episode of Nintendo Expansion Pass is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to learn how to support our family of podcasts, head over to patreon.com/bossrushmedia or search for us on the Patreon app on your smart device. Thanks for helping us build something better. Hello everybody, welcome to Nintendo Expansion Pass here on Boss Rush Games. I'm your host and Light Excited ADV. Joining me is the one, the only bossman himself, Mr. Corey Derrick. Hello, good sir.
Hello, let's talk about something other than video games. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Why would we ever do something like that?
Because we are two content creators who love talking about Nintendo and
oh
games.
My gosh, dude. It's to the point where anytime any other subject comes up besides something that I'm interested in, I just don't want to talk about it. I'm just like, shut up. I don't care.
Oh wow.
Now granted, I'm trying to see what's wrong with me, so it's a work in progress, but right now I'm just like, oh my gosh, I just anytime somebody talks about something I don't want to talk about, I'm just like, God, I don't want to talk about it. Find someone who cares.
Oh wow.
I'm just kidding. I love everybody and I love talking about everything that I'm interested in.
Well, everybody, we are talking about
cracked open a Red Bull. It's gonna get wild.
Oh wow. I was to say, we're about to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog by BioWare. That game.
Well, bye.
No. No, we're actually going to be talking about some Nintendo IPs. We're going to take 3 of them and place them in different kind of things outside of video games. So we're going to go back and forth naming 3 Nintendo IPs and where would we place them at, in entertainment. So Corey, I'm going to start with you. What is your number? Let's go with number 3. Let's start with the bottom one. What is your number 3?
I didn't have them in any particular order. Should I have them in an order? Should I make some sort of order?
Whatever you feel like you want, where you want to go. That's fine.
All right. So here's my ridiculous one. Okay. So as of this recording, the the Twisted Metal trailer has come out. For I don't know. It looks like someone may or may not have watched Death Race too many times, and they're just like, hey, what if we attach someone big to this IP and we just put it out there? But on that note,
it's a TV show, right?
It is. It's on Peacock. That streaming service that everybody has to watch The Office
or
and Friends.
Drag Race.
Yeah, I guess that too. But I'm sorry. I'm kind of just happy to be here. I was actually thinking, and along the line, this is my number 3. Along the lines of Twisted Metal or Death Race or something, but you would do something way more. I would make it in probably the style of that Speed Racer movie that came out a while ago. F-Zero, man. F-Zero, and I think you could make a limited series out of this. I think you could totally make a limited series out of that. And I don't know who the main characters would be. I don't know how you would set the story up, but I think you could do a really stylized live action movie or limited series, and the races would be super cool and dynamic and weird. I don't know. I just envision it being like Speed Racer. I think that'd be super cool. And have all those characters in there. I'm not a big F-Zero guy, but that was the first thing I thought of. So, that's my pick. I don't know. What do you think of that idea, Ed, of an F Zero kind of limited series in the vein of Speed Racer?
Um, I, of course, it would have to have like the bad lip reading to make it like literally funny and stuff.
Well,
Um,
I'm talking about the live action Speed
oh,
Racer
the live
movie.
action one. I was
Yeah,
thinking of the animated one. Um, I could see that happening with Captain Falcon kind of being somewhat the hero, yet comedic relief a little bit.
isn't he
Um,
not the main character of F Zero though? I mean,
yeah, he's
I think that Smash kind of made him the main character, but wasn't he not the main character originally?
that I do not know.
I mean, that's what I've always heard. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna look it up. Who is the main character? Whoops,
Because I
character
don't even know if
of
they had characters in
F
F Zero.
Zero? Yeah, they do. Um, who is um? Oh well, I mean, I mean, let's see. When you Google search it, it says Captain Falcon is, but I don't know if he really is though. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I guess you could have him as like a comedic release. John Cena plays Captain Falcon.
Oh, I'm here for it.
I'm
There,
just saying that would be so fucking
that
funny.
would be funny. Yeah.
um, let's see. List of F Zero characters. I don't really know F Zero all that much. I played F Zero on the GameCube for like an hour, and I just don't care for F Zero. But let's see. I'm looking at portraits of these characters.
Mhm.
You could have okay. This Dr. Stewart immediately Sasha Baron Cohen came to mind when I see him for some reason. Um, Mrs. Arrow, hmm. Beast Man. Okay, so a lot of these characters are gonna have to be CG. Um, but who's this Black Shadow? Michael Keaton could play Black Shadow. Um, James McLeod. That looks like a Star Fox character. That could be. Um, I don't know. I could see. Uh, um, man, I don't know. This is a lot of Michael Chain. He looks like a buff black guy. Samuel L. Jackson can play him. Or yeah, no, Samuel Jackson could play him, or Terry Crews could play him. Terry Crews could play Michael Chain. Yep, there we go, nailed it. Uh, yeah, I'm just looking at the portraits of F Zero characters, knowing nothing about them, but yeah, that's my pick, Ed.
Right.
That's totally my pick. John Cena is going to play Captain Falcon though, for
Yeah, I
sure,
can see that.
for sure. Samurai Goro, you would have to uh, pick a large Asian man for that. I'm assuming. I don't know who would play that person. Hmm. Anyways, that's my pick. That's my yeah.
You're number
There we
three.
go.
Okay.
That's my number 3. Do you like that pick, Ed? Do you think it's good?
Yeah.
Is it worthy of Ed's picks?
Yes.
I was waiting for some sort of I don't like that. Ugh.
No,
Yeah.
no. When you said John Cena for Captain Falcon, I'm like, yep, that fits.
Write that down. John Cena, Captain Falcon in an F Zero limited series in the vein of Speed Racer. What a ridiculous.
uh, uh,
So good.
so good. Yeah,
Uh,
that I agree. Well, my number three definitely would be a TV show, a limited series also, but I think this one would be on Showtime. Um, and it's Hotel Dust, Room 213.
hmm.
Like, I would love to see just that
So
dramatic.
before
Okay.
you go into that, before you go into your idea for the show, can you explain to me what that is, like the premise of it, and like what it is exactly, because I hear you talk about this game all the time, and I kind of like brush it off because I've never played it and I don't really care to play it. But like you talk about it all the time, and I want to know what it is really. I
But
guess.
so Hotel Room 213 is a mystery game where you're questioning different guests. Like you end up at this hotel, and it seems that a robbery has happened in the hotel. So you're trying to find out what's going on, and you ask different questions and stuff. Um, and depending on how they look, if you think of LA Noir, where sometimes people will give you clues of their line or something, and you can bust them out. Well, um, you know that if they're lying, you present evidence, their feature changes because the game is kind of done in a paper style look. Like it's 3D environments, but your characters are kind of designed like they've been on paper. And if they're lying, they'll make a chime sound, and then this color will go down and everything. And so you try to get the truth out of them, and stuff.
Mm,
Um, when you do get feel like you got a note, you could hit your notepad, write down what they're talking about, or if you find clues, write that down, and continue going around the hotel. I don't want to ruin it or anything, and stuff. And this was developed by Sing, but Nintendo published it. And it's when it came on the Nintendo DS, and it's in book style in a
mm.
sense at times. So I mean, you can still play in this regular look with with the top down and everything, but there are times where you have to go through a book, or you have to close it and shake it and do other things to get clues and solve puzzles for it. So um there was
Gotcha.
a sequel that came up in Europe, but Sing ended up closing and we never got to hear in America. Um so, but this one would kind of be like a limited TV series. I don't think they have to find out, do like a robbery or something. I think they
Mhm.
could do like a murder mystery kind of thing, um, and
You know
stuff.
what you know what this kind of sounds like actually? What they could do? Um, they could do something like, I don't know if you've ever watched The Killing or The Sinner, which are two shows that my wife was pretty into. Um, but it's kind of like it stars the same two characters, but
Hmm.
every season has a different like mystery, like a different murder to solve or a different mystery to solve. And it
Oh,
was
I'm sorry, Corey.
pretty
It's Hotel Dust Room 215.
okay. Uh so I don't know. I maybe they could do something like that if they wanted to do like an anthology almost,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I could see that happening and everything. Yeah, a lot of the characters are in black and white,
Mm,
in the game, so that you can see what it is and stuff. On Wikipedia, they said it's a point and click adventure,
mm.
which is kind of true. Yeah, which is kind of true in a sense and everything. But there's times where you could just like move around in the 3D space and stuff. Um,
That sounds like a great game for Talk the Walk, but I don't know who would who would do it, you know.
yeah, it was one of the games that one reviewer for EGM gave it a 10, and in order for me to make sure that I had a copy, because I seen the preview of it, I'm like, oh, I gotta have this game, and read the reviews, and I was just like, when I found out Target had it, I went straight to Target to go buy the game. Like I had to have that game and everything. And it's such a like, and people could watch a playthrough of it if they want to, but it would make I feel like it would make a great kind of mystery game for people, and like it doesn't have to even deal with murder or anything. It literally could just deal with a something where it's going on uh in this place, in this hotel. And so, and it like the hotel looks, it looks raggedy on the inside, but it's kind of like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool and stuff. Like it's not like a big hotel or anything. Um,
Hmm.
and stuff. And like even your main character, he has his own problems and stuff. So um I think it would be like a nice detective series, and you could fit like within those 10 episodes, you could wrap it up and he could drive off. He or she could drive off and go to another hotel, and then a new mystery ups and begins. And they don't have to even be an hour, they could be just 30 minutes and everything.
Hmm.
So, number three is Hotel Dust Room 215 for me.
Cool. All right, Ed. Well, I guess it's my turn to bring up another one. Let's see. I mean, something like Kirby would be too easy for a kid's show.
I mean, Kirby already has his kid show.
I know. I mean, I think we already did the whole Donkey Kong as a movie thing.
Hmm.
Already did my limited series. I hmm, I would like to actually see, and I wasn't gonna pick this because I feel like you're gonna pick it, but I'm gonna pick it anyway. I would I well, no, I'm gonna do my other one first. I would love to see a multi-season Metroid show where
Ooh,
each season she's hunting a different bounty, right?
yeah.
And I want Neil Blomkamp to direct it. He directed Chappie and District 9 and Elysium, and I think he's directing the Gran Turismo movie, if I'm not mistaken. And he did a couple of Halo shorts, like proof of concept shorts. I know he wanted to do an Alien movie at some point. So I think his creative style, especially with District 9, right, would
Hmm.
fit so. I think that would be so cool to see in a Metroid show. Um, I know that Brie Larson has been kind of campaigning to play Samus in a show,
Hmm.
which I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think she's a pretty decent actress. I think she's great as Captain Marvel, despite what you think of her like thoughts or you know. I know she's a pretty big activist and sometimes extremely so, and that turns a lot of people off. But uh, I think that she would do a good job. Uh, I mean, she's great at action. I also think Charlize Theron would be pretty good actress to play her. Um, I think if you're going to go a multi-season show, they're going to want to cast somebody that they can lock in for 5 years or 3 to 5 years or something. Uh, but those would be like my top two choices to play Samus. Um, so yeah, I think you could do a lot of cool stuff. Like each season would be on a different planet. You'd be hunting a different character or a different bad guy in every season. Obviously, you'd run into Metroid enemies, right? And I don't know if you would base it off any of the games. I think you would have to take some creative liberties, uh, especially if you're going to do Metroid or Super Metroid, right? Like, I think you're going to have to like really, be careful with those. But I think if you did like the Metroid Prime series, or if you made it based kind of off that part of the timeline, I think it would be super
Hmm.
cool. Uh, I think the practical suit would be super cool, right? Like I think I would love to see that suit. Although I do like the dread suit, and I wonder if there would be some sort of weird. I wonder if we would get there, right? Like if you did like, man, you could almost do. Now, granted, you would probably have to mix games for this, but I think you could do like one game or one season as like Metroid 1 and 2,
Yeah.
maybe uh Metroid Fusion would be or Super Metroid would be its own season, I think. Uh Metroid Fusion would probably be its own season, or maybe you would fuse Fusion and Dread into one season. But I think that'd be super cool to see that. And then obviously you'd have like these huge bad guys, right? Like Kraid and Ridley and stuff like that, right? Like I think, man, that'd be cool if you could get those to be at least partially practical effects too.
Oh heck yeah!
That'd be super cool. If you want to be a Patreon producer, head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/BossRushMedia, and find out which tier is right for you. Our Patreon producers at the $5 tier or higher for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Deering, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. Thank you for your continued support. So, I don't know. I think that'd be super cool. Or you don't have to touch the games at all. I think you could just do like, hey, I'm on this planet. I'm searching for someone. Maybe I run into these encampments of pirates, or maybe the space marines are there, and you interact, and she interacts with them for a little bit, right? Like, I think you could totally do something like that. But most of it would be her, like, kind of talking to her AI, or kind of isolated and taking on enemies and stuff. I think that'd be super cool. So that's my pick.
Oh, cool.
Live action.
My number 2 would be Mario Party, done in the style of Nick Arcade.
Why do you hate me?
So you would have definitely, I think a team of 2. Of course, everybody would answer questions, but all the questions you answer gives you where you'll move spaces. Once everybody gets to their space and land on, then it kind of turns into the family feud. Um, uh, what is the one
Double Dare?
Double Dare, in a sense. But like the places that you on, like, you're like on a green screen kind of thing, trying to uh get the highest points, and then at the end your quiz points and your mini game points could get you up to how many stars you do get. So the highest stars that you could get is 3 stars and everything. And if you are a team that end up with the most stars, you win the game. You win the prize and stuff.
Interesting.
So, and it could be, I I think half an hour wouldn't do it justice. I would say it would probably be like an hour show almost. And for the mini, what happens? Okay, so for the mini games, they kind of do it in the way of MCX, no, MXC, the most extreme challenge stuff, where they got to do these challenges, and if they get knocked off or something, they kind of lose points, or they whatever they got and whatever they keep if they lose, or like they get to the finish line, it doubles or whatever, something like that. But there is a way that to incorporate a little bit of video game into it. You you guys, no, not you, but the contestants would have to hit like block, and whatever block it lands on, you get to go sneak away and play a Nintendo game, and that Nintendo game will probably give you extra help or something. So Mario Party, done in the style of Nick Arcade, Double Dare, game show stuff from Nickelodeon, I should say.
Interesting. Well, Ed, I have to steal this one because you didn't pick it, so I'm going to steal it. But first, I have a weird honorable mention thing that I just thought of,
Okay.
and so I thought so that there's not enough shows on TV. Like, I mean, I guess there's probably a lot, but like, there's not a lot of shows like Sesame Street or Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, really.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, there's a few, but like, you have to really pick and choose, and a lot of them aren't very good, right? What if you had an Animal Crossing something along those lines of like the villagers just taught you different life lessons or those types of things. uh I don't know, I just thought of something like that. I think it would be pretty fun, and like maybe you do something almost along the lines of something like Dora the Explorer too, where like
Hmm.
Tom Nook is always trying to like scheme his way into like cheating his way through something, right? And like the villagers always are like, Tom, you can't do that. And then at the end, he's like, you're right.
Can
I
I
don't know.
mix in Brain Age with that for some of the educational stuff?
No, I mean you can, I guess, but my real choice though, Ed, is a blockbuster Star Wars style Star Fox movie. Let's get the big
Ah.
bombastics going. Let's get the high budget like star fights, the exploring the planets.
Hmm.
Like, I think you could do a high budget Star Wars style Star Fox. Now, granted, you could also do an anime show, right? Like that, like the stuff that before Star Fox Zero came out. You could totally do something ridiculous like the puppets, right? But I want to see an epic fight between Star Fox and Star Wolf. I want to see the giant robot head of Andros. I want to see that. Okay, I want to see that. So I don't really know what the plot is. I mean, I guess Fox is looking for his dad, right? Like that's the kind of the plot, right? Ring ring for Ed.
Nope.
Answer it.
It was a mail from Gmail.
Mm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. 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 Uh, I guess you could say he's looking for his dad, and he gets like maybe he thinks his dad's dead, and then he gets this anonymous kind of message, and it's like a hollow message from his dad, and that he's still alive. So he gets it. He rounds up the gang to
Hmm.
go, explore. Maybe he like sees all these hints or something that like, oh, we got to go to this planet, and that's how you get the different planets in there, right? That this clue's leading me to this planet or something, and like you end up finding his dad, right? I don't know. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be fun. Let's do it. Big budget. Pew pew pew. Explodies. Make some stuff up. I don't know.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Also the
Oh,
anime would be pretty good too, I guess. But
for me,
also,
for
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
for me, it would be Fire Emblem done in a Power Ranger style.
Oh no.
So of course you got all this fantastic castle stuff because I think it would be action packed and everything. And you get um your 5 people as your team, and like you go out and defeat other realms, not other realms, other castles and stuff. And it's just like an action packed style. Now, of course, at the end, there's no Megazord or anything like that, but I think with the power of Engage from Fire Emblem Engage, that could play a little part into it that um other characters from the Fire Emblem universe comes in and starts playing a part with them and everything to defeat like the big the big guy or the bosses and stuff. Um So I could kind of see that. Um, and technically, you wouldn't have the yin yang um kind of will fighting, but I think just like because it's so action packed with like swords and bows and stuff like that, I could see it done, but it's like in a Fire Emblem style. So when they get, about the like they'll be whatever outfit they're in, and then when the big boss come, they'll be like Fire Emblem engage, and then they'll do the engagement thing and then start fighting the big boss and stuff. And it's just like a very cool TV looking kind of show with some high production and everything. Great choreography. Because it wouldn't be like hand to hand or anything. It'd be like weapon to weapon and
Mhm,
stuff. And of
mhm.
course a lot of screaming and dialogue. So Fire Emblem in the Power Rangers setting.
Man, Power Rangers, man. Did you watch the Netflix thing?
I haven't seen the movie yet. I should watch it. I'll probably watch it
Yeah,
tonight.
I've been thinking about watching it. I just kind of forgot about it. Like I was excited for it, and then I don't know, I got sidetracked because all of the Jason Bourne movies are on Netflix, so I ended up watching all those, and then I kind of forgot about it.
Oh
Man,
wow.
Jason Bourne, man, those movies, fun,
Hmm.
fantastic films. Let me tell you.
I think I ended with just watching. I might have watched all three of them.
Well, there's 5 of them, so
I think I just
uh,
only watched three. I didn't watch 4 and 5.
yeah. Well, the fourth one is kind of like a spin-off thing, uh,
Is that
and
what
then Jeremy
um
Renner is in it.
that one I watched because that's the one that he climbed. They did that one shot and he was climbing to the roof to get to that one guy and shooting him.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay, that one I
Yeah,
did see.
yeah.
The
I
Born
didn't think it was
Identity, I think.
Born.
Oh,
The first three are all Matt Damon, and it's Born Identity, Born Supremacy, and Born Ultimatum.
okay,
And then the fourth one was the spin-off one called The Born Legacy, and it was Jeremy Renner. And then the fifth
okay,
one is just called Jason Bourne. So
all right. Matt
I'm
Damon
very
returned for that one, right?
yeah, and it was okay. It's probably the worst one to be honest, but
Uh
they probably they probably should have just stopped after 3 to be honest, but I could definitely see those movies coming back as like a prestige TV thing though.
yeah.
Because they left a lot out from the books, like the whole Jackal arc isn't even in the movies, which is like this. He's like a a spy hunter, and he's on, you know, it's this whole thing. It's been a long time since I read the books because after the first movie came out, I found out that they were books, and I read them all
Oh,
before the
okay.
other movies, and they definitely left a lot out. But that was like 20 years ago, so you
How
know.
many books were there?
There's I read the first I read the books that the movies were based off of. So I read the
Okay.
3 books. I don't know if there's any more. I'm sure there are. Uh Especially because I think there's a lot of books in that series that are not based on Jason Bourne, which is I think
Hmm.
what Bourne Legacy was based off of. Like there's like universe Bourne universe books, I guess you would call them. Uh
Yes.
I'm gonna look that up to make sure I'm not just talking out of my butthole
The
here.
bum. Bum dee
Uh,
bum.
Jason Bourne
I
books.
while you were looking up that, I did have an idea of
Oh,
the
there's a ton of them. That's
ton of
right.
them.
Okay,
I
let's see.
had this
There's
idea
oh my gosh.
uh of Smash Brothers being done as like Laugh Olympics and stuff. Um,
There's 17 books,
Ooh,
including one last year called The Bourne Sacrifice. Okay. Yeah, so the first 3 books are The Bourne Identity, The Bourne Supremacy, and The Bourne Ultimatum. Uh the Bourne Legacy came out in 2004, which is what that spinoff movie was based off of. And then the Born Betrayal is the fifth book, which I think is what the fifth movie is based off of, and then there's a bunch of other ones too. So, but yeah, I didn't know there were that many books. Holy cow! I forgot that Robert Lundum just is like a Tom Clancy or like a who's the other kind of bigger writer that kind of writes spy stuff.
Um, is it the one that's like on Amazon? Uh,
I
Goodness.
don't. I just Google searched it. So the first one came out in 1980. Holy cow! That's
What's the
interesting.
one that Tom Cruise was in?
Mission Impossible.
Not that one. He played another
Tom
spy
Cruise.
movie.
Oh, Jack
Uh,
Reacher.
Jack Reacher. Yeah,
Yeah,
because Amazon has Jack Reacher TV show.
the show. Yeah, and it has the he's the blonde guy that plays him, right? His
Yeah.
he actually plays Raphael in the Michael Bay Ninja Turtle movies.
Oh, okay.
And he
Is
was
Jack
in
Reacher Tom Clancy? No.
I don't I think so. I don't know. There's too many things going on. Because the that other one that John Krasinski is in, Jack Ryan. There's too many Jacks, too many
Yeah.
uh also supposedly very good. Um so yeah, but the guy that plays Jack Reacher on the in the Amazon show actually there's this football show that I used to like called Blue Mountain State, and it was basically just like three football players who partied at college and played football and were like it was real stupid. Also, I don't know if I would like it now, but I liked it at the time because I was the right age for that kind of stuff. So it was so
Oh
fun.
wow.
It's on Netflix. Highly recommend watching it if you are into like dumb, I wouldn't say stoner comedies, but it's close. So,
Huh.
anyways,
Well, Corey, I think we did a good job seeing
we did all right.
just number three.
We did all right.
uh,
Uh,
so
man, I don't know. I think Nintendo, like we've talked about this probably since the Mario movie was announced, right?
yes.
Actually probably since the theme park was announced and kind of opening, right? Where Nintendo is clearly entering their prime Disney phase now, right? They want to be Disney. They want to be an entertainment company. They don't want to be a toy company forever, right? Which is
Right.
kind of what people know them as now. And I think that while I think they're making a lot of smart decisions, and I hope that they continue to make good decisions, right? Like I hope they just don't do the whole gonna make IP for profit, right? And I don't Nintendo's never really been that way. I mean, some things maybe they have a little bit, but for the most part, they take care of their IP, right? And so I hope that they continue down the path they're on because I think they're doing a great job of managing their IP and managing who works on it. And I look forward to seeing what's next. That's a game or otherwise. Although,
Yeah.
why didn't you make your theme park for large humans? Okay, that's all I'm saying. Why didn't you make your theme park for large humans?
Oh no.
That's all I'm saying. I am not your average size human. Okay, just not. Ed knows. He's seen me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a
There's
large
pictures of
person.
us.
I'm a large person. You know,
Shoot,
so
I was, I came. I was just like, "Ooh, Corey is tall."
I am.
Like it looks different when we both sit down, like we were next to together. But when we stand up, I'm like, "Oh,
I
man!"
know.
Let me tell you, I actually stood by a person that was, I think, 7'1".
Yeah.
When because even my cousin in Mississippi, he's like 6'9". But I actually stood up with a person, and when I went to the Czech Republic, that was 7'1". And there's a picture, and I can't find it. I don't know who has it, but he is standing up. He's Czech, and I'm standing right by him. I'm literally at his belly button when I stand next to him. And we have a picture of us with coffee cups, tapping coffee and everything. And the person, he was really cool and stuff. He didn't really speak that much English. Um but me and my friend, we were just like, whoa. Like I felt so small to him. But I thought, I think he was like the coolest person. Because of his height and everything. And like I said, he was a really nice person. He just didn't speak a lot of English, so people translated stuff between when we was having conversations and everything.
Neat. I've met some pretty tall people before too, like people that are way taller than me. Like
Mm-hmm.
I met Shaquille O'Neal one time, the basketball player. Well, ex basketball player now, I guess. And I actually I actually played against LeBron James in a summer basketball tournament one time. Uh,
Oh
uh,
wow!
we we were I mean he's 2 years older than me,
Mm-hmm.
so they needed freshmen to fill the summer basketball league roster. So I said, okay, I will go play basketball, and I was unaware that we were going to play St. Vincent St. Mary, since that's the high school he went to, and it's about uh 20 minutes from where I grew up. And we
Yeah.
went and played at the University of Akron, and he played one quarter and had like 15 points and 2 dunks, and that was that. They murdered
Did you,
us.
you
But
didn't you didn't get to talk to him or anything?
oh no, dude, he didn't care. Dude, he already knew he was going to the NBA, right? I mean, so I don't know.
Ah.
Plus, I mean, St. V was like, they were ranked in the nation in terms of basketball at that point,
Uh
and
huh.
they were playing a lot of their younger guys during that tournament. So you know,
But you didn't come face to face with him or anything in the game.
oh, I did. I mean,
Oh.
I I mean, he only played for one quarter, and we only played together for like maybe 30 seconds or whatever. But like, yeah, he was pretty good. I'm gonna throw that out there, everyone. I don't know if you guys watch basketball or have heard of him, but he's pretty good at basketball.
Wow. Would you ever bring that story up to him if you met him?
I mean, I don't know. He's in town all the time. My mom's met him a bunch of times. He used to eat at the Cracker Barrel, like right by where I live now, like all the time. And my mom used to work there.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, my mom's met him like probably 20 times.
Hello, Mr. Chains. How you
Yeah.
doing? How's you doing?
I mean, of course. I mean, my my mom doesn't care, right? I mean, whatever. But I mean, that it was cool that you know dude, he loves Cracker Barrel.
Nice.
But to be fair, who doesn't?
It's been a long
Oh
time
man.
since I've been there
Oh my
at
gosh,
Cracker
I just
Barrel.
thought of that video I sent you. The Applebee's video I sent you.
Oh, good night.
Come on, that was pretty funny.
Uh,
Uh,
no, did I tell you the joke that you said uh, on Crossroads, not Crossroads, on After Dark last week? You said what happens that when a priest and a watch have a common.
oh yeah.
We will not give out the answer. If everybody wants to find it, go watch the latest After Dark episode. Uh,
Yeah. That was
because that's
it's pretty
I
good.
I almost parked my car and fell out laughing. My
Yeah,
mouth
it was
was
pretty
agape.
it was pretty good.
But with that, everybody, have a great week. Have a great weekend. This has been Nintendo Expansion Pass, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Nintendo Expansion Pass is part of Nintendo Power Block and is a product of Boss Rush Media LLC. The show is recorded from our headquarters in Akron, Ohio, and is hosted by me, Edward Varnell. My co-host is Corey Derrick. You can find Corey at I am Corey in HD on Twitter and Instagram, as well as hosting the Boss Rush Podcast and Tower Casuals, the Destiny Podcast. Follow Expansion Pass as part of Nintendo Powerblock and on all social media platforms at Powerblock Podcast. You can also follow Boss Rush Media and Boss Rush Network on all major social media platforms. Join the Boss Rush Network Discord and Facebook groups to interact with other friends and fans. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.